Look at this, perfect timing. All right. All right, team, we're live over on YouTube. We're also live here on Zoom. So what we're going to do is we're just going to change this so that it's featuring my screen. That way we've got the right view going over to the YouTube page. And I just want to make sure I got everyone as co-host, supposed to be co-host. Okay, beautiful. Sharon, you see myself as the spotlight, right?
I sure do.
All right.
Yep,
Thank you.
you're
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. All right, folks. Welcome again. My name is David Rutz. I'm the founder of David Allen Capital, and it's my pleasure to do this evening's presentation. This is live. What are we, July 17th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And, someone asked you to come and give our broker opportunity a look because they know we need more business funding brokers. And on top of that, they believe in what we're doing and they see the millions of businesses who need our help, literally. And we think we're the leaders in the space. We think we're doing things that no one else is doing. And we want to help all those business owners. And in order to do so, we need good quality brokers. It doesn't matter if there's someone at Century 21 who really wants to help people buy and sell homes if they don't have good agents. It doesn't matter if Chase Bank wants to have great tellers if none of the tellers really want to be tellers. In David Allen Capital, we've got thousands of agents nationwide right now, but we need thousands more. That's just a fact because there's too many businesses who need funding that we're not able to help. Not because we can't help them, we don't know them and they don't know us. Okay. So with that, we're going to go through some information about our broker overview so that you can decide whether or not you want to become a business funding broker with David Allen Capital. I will say this, we're not for everybody. It's a shame 95% of the people who get a real estate license never sell a home or never help someone buy a home. It's a fact. It doesn't mean it's not a good industry. It just means most aren't going to succeed. And so whether they should even go get licensed or not then is arguable, right? They paying fees and all that, but it's still a great opportunity. I say all that to say most people who join DAC won't succeed, just like most who join Planet Fitness won't get in shape. I'm not trying to discourage. I'm trying to talk real because we're going to show you a great income plan here. We're going to show you a great funding product, but it is only as good as the receiver and what they do with it. Century 21 is a great company, but most will never sell a home for them. Right? So if you're ready, and I'm talking to the experienced B2B people, if you're serious about adding something to your portfolio, we've got something great. Or if you've never done B2B marketing and you want to take that on, if you're ready to, and I would imagine you wouldn't be here unless you weren't, but I want to start with this just to save you time. If you're ready to talk to business owners and you're ready to inform them about business funding and help when the bank can't, and you'd really do that if we train you how, then stick around. But if you wouldn't, regardless of how good this is, then there's no reason to invest the time with us, right? For your benefit or ours. There's no reason to waste that time. So let's go to the top of the presentation here. Business loan brokers, funding the front line of capitalism, right? That's what we're doing. And this is a big opportunity to serve business owners and scale your own business because businesses need funding. Banks say no most of the time. DAC platform delivers offers, you earn fast commissions, and you can even build a scalable business, right? Why professionals are joining? No license required, yet we give DAC certification to everybody who joins. Zero cost to launch, paid fast. We have daily commissions. You can scale a team and build income that way if you want to. And this is 100% home-based, remote-ready, mobile-friendly. You can build it from anywhere. You plus a growing agency equals a scalable income stream. You never have to grow an agency, but that option's here. In other words, you help a business get 80 grand, let's say. You're going to make about $3,200. that you're going to find businesses need that. They can't get it at the bank. If one of your personal brokers does the same, you'd earn about $300 for helping them do the same thing. What if you had 10 or 20 or 50? Do the math, how many brokers you can have. You can have a nationwide broker network. Growth is possible, right? So what does a DAC broker actually do? Well, you get certified first with us, and then you go out and you find businesses who need capital. You connect them to our funding platform. Our experts take over, do all the work from there, help them get the funding, and you get paid. You earn on your own deals and any deals of your broker team. We provide leverage, not debt. What does that mean? A lot of people are afraid of money because debt is debt. Well, debt is bad. If you're blowing money, it's bad. But what if you got money to grow your business? In the business world, that's called leverage. We like to give people leverage, helps the business grow or get out of a pinch. Most leverage plays are what they call fuel plays. They grow a business, they increase their sales, right? So maybe they go from one location to three, or they get an inventory discount, or maybe they buy more equipment for their restaurants so they can sell milkshakes or coffee. Maybe they redecorate their store so they can charge premium pricing, and or they expand their crew size so they can say yes to more work, or expand the seating of a restaurant. Maybe they're a construction company. They want to say yes to more jobs, but they need money in advance to pay for those jobs. What you're looking at right here are all fuel plays. These are the first 7 clients I ever acquired in 2015. So these are near and dear to my heart, and we've done thousands more like that since. Sometimes leverage isn't for growth, though. It's a tool just to keep going and get through a pinch, right? We call that a rescue play. So maybe they're about to be evicted if they don't pay their rent, or maybe their equipment's broken down and they can't generate revenue without the equipment. Maybe they're late on payroll and they got to cover payroll, or they're going to lose all their key staffs. Maybe they're running low on inventory and they got to buy inventory and they haven't managed their cash flow well, or they have a big tax consequence or an audit or a legal fee or something. Anything that causes a pinch that slows that business down. It's almost like in your home, if everything's going good, but your air condition, your heater blow out the same time, flood your floor, and you don't have flood insurance. Oh no, you need a bunch of money now just to get things back where they were. That's called a pinch. Same thing happens in business. So why business funding? Why are we even in this space? Well, because millions of business owners out there cannot get funding from their banks. I was one of them. That's why I started this company. In 2010, I had a business that was growing and we bottled juice. We were a juice manufacturing or juice distribution company, 30-ounce bottles of juice. And we were growing, and to fill that juice bottle, we had to buy all the natural ingredients. It was a naturopathic drink, no preservatives. Had to get all these ingredients from all over the world, some from Australia, some from Japan, some from the US. And we put them all together and bottled them in California. Well, in order to bottle them, we had to get all the ingredients from New Zealand in, had to get all the ingredients from Japan in. So you got to buy those in advance. Well, so if your sales are doubling and tripling, you got to buy inventory for 4 months from now because it takes you a month to get all the supplies in, right? It's called supply chain management. Well, supply chain management is one thing. How about cash management to pay for it all? When you're growing fast, you got to be able to pay for it. And I ended up having to sell that company, merge it with someone else because we couldn't afford the growth. That's sad. And then I learned of this. 30 million small businesses in America, 27 million are not bank eligible. I was one of them, right? We were growing, we were profitable. They wanted me to put up my house. I needed the money by Friday. You can't get a mortgage by Friday. Statistics of American business, most don't make it. I had to sell that company. It was an Inc. 500 fastest growing company, and we had to sell it because we didn't have the capital to keep growing it. We had to sell it. Well, I could have been the difference maker, and you could have been the difference maker. Had you known about us and we known about you, you could have helped my company. So that's why I launched this company, to be the difference maker. Why? Because 8 out of 10 people who failed said they failed for lack of access to capital. That's why I had to sell my business. It wasn't because the business wasn't working. It's because I didn't have the money to handle the fast growth. Other businesses are have to sell or close for many of the same reasons. You say, isn't that what the bank's for? Well, banks are great for 10% of the businesses. They're great for your paychecks and they're great for checking accounts, debit cards, and a nice smile and maybe a free coffee. But go in there for a business loan. You can't get one, they don't exist. Why are so many people rejected from a business? I thought that's what banks do. Well, banks, traditional banks say you must have collateral. Do you know if you buy a car, what do you have to do? If you don't pay your payments, what do? Take your car because it's collateralized. They own the car till you pay it off. If you buy a house and you get a mortgage, what do? They put a lien on your house until you pay it off. And if you don't pay it off, what do? Foreclose on the house. Well, business loans are the same thing. They say, hey, we'll give you 100 grand, business owner. What collateral do you have? Oh, the business doesn't own anything yet? Then we can't give you a bank loan. Sorry. Because you have to have collateral, that rules out most businesses. And then if you do have collateral, are you 2 years profitable? Do you have a 700 FICO score? So my business, I fit all of these things, but I needed the money by Friday, right? You can't get a collateralized loan. They got to do appraisals and everything else. So a new industry comes along because there's only 1 million businesses who qualify for bank loans. There's 30 million businesses in America. Someone said, hey, let's solve this. They created something called alternative business capital. Alternative business capital says you don't need collateral because most business owners don't have it. You don't need 2 years profit as long as you're doing at least 15,000 a month and you have the last 3 months, no less than that. We can get you alternative capital. You don't need a 700. How about a 550? You don't need a business plan approved. How about use the funds any way you want? How about a 5-minute app rather than a long app? And instead of 1 to 3 month wait, how about 1 to 3 hours? You can have the money tomorrow. Over 9 million businesses can qualify for our funding, and they can have it tomorrow. And then there's another 20 million businesses who qualify for our instant funding, which is the $3,000 a month and up only. But we're focused on the 9 million doing $15,000 per month or more. How big is this industry? Huge. Is it getting bigger? Yes. It's expected to grow another 100 billion in the next few years. That's massive growth. Business owners love us. Our first goal is just to get 1% of this market, 3 billion a year. That'd be paying out $210 million per year in broker commissions. Now, we haven't done that yet. We've done hundreds of millions of dollars in funding. We've paid out tens of millions in commissions, but we're not doing it annually yet. And we need more brokers to make that happen. But finally, business funding that works for the other 90%. Here's the problem with alternative capital. It's a great industry, but no one lender is best for every business. There's over 100 providers out there. There's about 20 that are great. But even amongst the top 20, there isn't one who's best for every business because industry type or monthly sales amount, there's all kinds of things. Or they may want restaurants this month, but they loaned too many restaurants last month. So this month they're looking for construction. Or so there's all kinds of changes. Well, guess what? You don't need to worry about all that because we solved it. How? Just like Travelocity solved the airline game. They just linked with all the airlines and present the best offer. Hotels.com links with all the hotel chains. They just show you the best offers. We went out, said, let's go represent the top 20 providers. Let's launch something called Bank Breezy. There's banking, and then there's Bank Breezy. And our funding platform is going to go out to those top 20 providers. You fill out one quick online application, and then we find the best offer from those top 20 providers. It takes them 5 minutes. The next day or same day, we present the best offer to your client for you, and they get an approval, and it's the best offer approval, simple and fast. Now, how much money can they get? Well, they can't get the same as a collateralized loan. You know, the mortgage, you can't get a 30-year loan here. You're a business. You know, most businesses don't make it 30 years. So it's all short-term advances, but we can get them usually 1 to 2 times their monthly revenue. So if someone's doing $100,000 a month, we might be able to get them 100 to 200 grand tomorrow. What could that do for a business? You say, okay, well, what does it cost? Well, it's not as cheap as a bank loan that's collateralized, where if you don't pay it, the bank gets your property. They have no risk, right? So it costs more, but you're going to find it doesn't cost that much more. But we don't talk interest rates. You say, oh, okay, here you go. No, the reason we don't talk interest rates is because they're misleading. I could tell you these are 1% loans, but compound them every day and charge you 30%. You wouldn't know it. Oh, it's 1%. So we just talk dollars and cents because we're doing this all over the telephone. So we just say this, hey, Bill, I see Bill Miller on here. Bill, we're going to give you 10,000. You got to pay us back 12. How much is it costing you? 2 grand. Is it worth it? You decide, right? If it's not worth 2 grand, you say no. If it's worth it, if you're going to take that 10, turn it into 30, you go, of course, I'll pay you back 12. So we use a cost of funding. We use dollars and cents. You're going to be charged $1.15 to $1.25 per dollar. So again, you get 100 grand, you're going to pay back 115 to 125. Mrs. Business Owner, we can give you 100,000 to expand your restaurant. You got to pay us back 125 over the next 12 months. Is it worth it for you? What are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to expand my restaurant. I think I'll do an extra 50,000 a month. So you'll bring in $600,000 more this year? Yes. Is it worth paying 25 grand in interest? Yes. No, it's not. Okay, go to the bank and see if you can get it cheaper. Now, the bank will cost you about 1.34. They'll just give you 5 years to pay it off. So they'll charge you more, but they'll give you more time to pay it off. So it feels like less, right? But this is an example. It's harder to qualify for this core rate product because you got to be in business 2 years. You got to have a 680 FICO. We always try to get people our core rate product first, but if they don't qualify, we moved what we call our flex rate funding, which the approval amounts are lower because they're not as qualified. You're only going to get a half to 1 times your monthly sales. So if you're doing 20,000 a month, you're only going to get 10 to 20 grand offer. Okay. But they can still do a lot with that money. Cost of capital is going to be more. It's going to be $1.26 all the way up to $1.50 per dollar. So in other words, you get 50K, maybe you're going to have to pay back 63 to 75. Qualifications are a lot easier. Now 6 months only, and you can have a 550 FICO score. So you see why we have the 2 products. Core rate is what we lead with. Flex rate is what we have. But in both cases, we don't determine the pricing. We just present the best offer. And if the benefits outweigh the cost, the client proceeds. So real life example, one of my first clients was a Mexican restaurant and they applied for $100,000 and they got declined at all of our places except one. And the one offered them 100,000, but at a 1.5, our highest price, 150 grand they'd have to pay back. And I had never done one at that high of a price. This is in my first year of business. And I told her she was declined because I didn't want to tell her about you got to pay back 150 grand on 100. And she was really sad on the phone. And she said, I'm so disappointed. I really thought you guys would get me an approval. I've got a line out my door all the time at my restaurant. I can't get people seated. I'm losing business. My kitchen's big enough. I got staff wanting to help them. We have nowhere for them to sit. I've got this patio. I got permits at my city. I can build my patio. I can put lights out there and tables, but I need $100,000 and I can't believe it. I don't know where I'm going to get it. And I said, well, listen, I think her name was Maria. Maria, we can get you the 100,000. You got to pay back 150,000 in 9 months. 9 or 10 months, I forget. And she goes, I'll take it. There was no consideration. I said, you'll take it. It's 50 grand. She goes, I know I'm going to make a lot more than $50,000 with this 100 grand. This is awesome. I'll take it. She paid it off early. She's never needed money from us again. So was it expensive? Yes. Would it have been more expensive to not take the money? Yes, because she was able to pay it off and double her sales inside of 90 days. So we don't determine what's expensive and what's not. You don't determine, Travelocity doesn't determine if Delta is expensive or Southwest. They just report the price, right? That's what we do. We're not the pricers, we're the presenters. And we got the experts who take care of them. So we don't determine the cost, but we guarantee we get them the best offer because we represent the top 20 providers. We say, hey, we'll show you the best offer. And if anyone gives you a better offer, we'll give you $500. Now, if you're a broker in the business funding space and you've got a $500, no one else does this in our industry. Not one of our lenders even does this because they don't always have the best offer. They may not want restaurants this month. They may not want construction. They may not want people who've only been in business 9 months. So they can't give the best offer. But when you represent all the top providers, you get the best offer from all of them, and you can guarantee you got the best one. If anyone's a broker in this space and isn't here, that means you're overcharging. You're automatically overcharging unless you randomly got lucky and picked the right lender. It's called opportunity. DAC, we're almost 10 years old. Our Trust Pilot score, excellent. 9 year strong company. We're celebrating 10 years in 1 month from now. I've got over 30 years helping people start their own agencies, consumer products primarily. The last 10 though, B2B. We launched Bank Breezy. We own that product. We've helped over 300, it's actually almost 400,000 businesses now. Broker impact goal, we need 100,000 active brokers. Right now, we don't even have 6. We're about 5,800 right now. We need 100,000 active brokers. Come help us. The market is screaming. The timing is perfect. It couldn't be better. Real estate's a great industry, but guess what? There's only 1.5 homes sold for every one agent. It's still a great opportunity. However, look at business funding. Even the larger companies, there's 9 million businesses who can't get funding at their bank, and there's not even 100,000 brokers in the country. I'm not even talking about our company. I'm talking about industry-wide. One broker for every 90 businesses versus one agent for every 1.5 homes. Unbelievable, crazy good opportunity. And then we got something for the other 20 million too. We give you your own websites. They convert. They can learn more. They can go to frequently asked questions. They fill out this online form. Once they fill out the online form, our team takes over talking to your client. They upload their bank statements right online. It's all done online, and look out. We give you social posts to share. We give you videos to share. We give you your tools. We have a certification for you and your brokers to get certified. So we have something that works. We've already funded hundreds of millions of dollars. It works. We've got the best offer guarantee. It works. Business success, though, for you starts with who? Well, it starts with us having a great system, but it starts with you using that great system. It doesn't matter how good your nail gun is if you're not using it to pound any nails. It doesn't matter how good your boat is if it's on the trailer. It doesn't matter how good your business is if you keep it in the closet. So you help business owners grow, you get paid. We've got other services that you can learn about. They're just add-on payment processing, healthcare, and then our instant funding. Instant funding is pretty spectacular, but our main focus is our core rate and flex rate business funding, leading with our core rate. This is what our bread and butter is. We want to be the nation's leader in this. So before I get into broker compensation, I'm going to stop for a minute. Obviously, I love this company. That's why I started it, right? I get excited to talk about it. So forgive my enthusiasm. I believe heart. I used to sit in this same office. This is my home office here. I used to sit in this office with my last company talking to my same mother, who's on the screen right now as our co-host, about what are we going to do to buy these ingredients? What are we going to do to get our fucoidan in from Australia? What are we going to do to get our berry juice in from our lab in Cincinnati? They need us to pay now, and we're not going to be able to sell the product for 3 months. And to bottle 500,000 or 1 million bottles, we need $1 million right now. We only got 600,000. And we're going to really need to bottle 2 million bottles because we're going to sell that many in the next 4 months. We need another $500,000, or we can't order. We're going to have to tell people to stop selling. Sitting in this room right here. So I get passionate about this because you know what? I know there's other business owners nationwide right now in the same grind. They started a business, they left a job, they took the risk, they bit the bullet of saying we won't have a guaranteed income. We believe in ourselves. We'll start a business. They signed a lease, a 5-year lease. They're out there at that restaurant 7 days a week. They're hoping people come through the door to order an appetizer and a drink because they make most of their money on the appetizer and the drink. And they're hoping their staff shows up and their cook shows up because they got to generate revenue because they got bills to pay at home and they got staff to pay. Folks, if you've never been a business owner, then you don't maybe know the grind of business owners. But if 2 out of 3 fail within 10 years and 80% say it's because they didn't get access to capital, and you've got the syringe with capital in it. You've got the vaccine. You've got the front line of capitalism's cure. And you've got the best offer, and there's no investment required. You see why I get excited? Because we've already solved the issue, except we can't change human nature. Planet Fitness can give you the membership for free, doesn't mean you'll show up. We can give you a free business, doesn't mean you show up. But I'm going to show you the compensation. Now, I assume you would have left already if you weren't interested. 6 out of 10 business owners in your community are breaking even or losing money. That's a fact. According to the Small Business Administration, 6 out of 10. I don't care if their store looks great. I don't care if the owner's got a smile on their face. They've learned how to have good mental toughness. They've learned how to make it look stress-free. But 6 out of 10 are breaking even or losing money. We need to help them. Help your community. Let's talk about how you get paid to do so. The lenders will pay you a lot of money because they pay us and we share a large percentage of what we get with you for bringing that referral forward. Every funding is fast income. You'll make 40 to 80% of the bonus revenue. Bonus revenue is what we earn on the funding. All right. Now we spend almost $1 million a year in fixed costs to provide this system and support for everybody. It's literally free. And yet you can still make 40 to 80% of what's made on the deal. Yes. On the core rate product, you're going to make on average 1 to 3%. Why? They're not charging the customer very much. So you're going to make about 1 to 3% of the funding because we're going to make about 3 to 4%, right? An example, you help someone get a $200,000 funding. Let's say you made 2%, you make $4,000. They got 200,000. They're excited. If they decide to get another 200,000 9 months from now, a renewal, you get paid again. If it's a flex rate, the payout's a little higher. The lenders pay us a little bit more. They charge a little more, but they also pay us a little bit more. So as an example, maybe you got a bakery $50,000 and maybe you made 3% instead of 2. $1,500 you make. Again, you make 40 to 80% of what we make. We call that bonus revenue. But as a rule of thumb, you can see what that usually works out to be about 2% of a core rate product and about 3% of a flex rate product. All right. And your territory is nationwide. However, I want you to know your local territory is where you've got a competitive advantage. If you can just support your local businesses and you let every local business know that you're in business funding, you just educate and inform them of it, and you give them a little card. If you ever need capital, you let me know. You've got a monopoly because no one else is doing that in your town. We also have residual income on the payment processing and the healthcare. We call that quiet money. It adds up. We don't lead with this, but hey, let's save some customers some money and we'll make a little bit of money on that as well. So personal production income, your bonuses now and your residual laters, it can add up fast. But here's a cool thing. Our expansion model, just like a company called eXp, which is now the world's largest realtor, and just like a company called Real, which is now going to pass eXp pretty soon, and just like a company called Keller Williams, these are the 3 largest realties now, and they're all doing this. They allow their agents to build their own agent team. You used to have to become a super broker and open offices and do all that. Well, a better model came along, which was let the agents build an agent team and help them and override it. Well, that's what I've been doing for 30 years, but we're doing it here with business funding. We allow you, if you want, to build an agency team. And you can earn overrides. Yeah, we'll pay you 10 to 50% income match of whatever they earn. So let's say this is you introduce me. I help a business get 80 grand in my backyard. Or 100 grand, I'm sorry, 100 grand. Let's just say it's 8,000 bonus revenue that GAC made. I'm going to make 40% of that minimum. So I made $3,200. Pretty exciting. I'm happy. The business got 100 grand's happy. They applied yesterday. We got a client today who signed the documents to get $400,000. Now they were approved on Monday. They've just taken some time to think about it. And they signed everything today, 400 grand. 3 days later, it took them to sign. That'll get funded more than likely tomorrow if they signed it and turned everything in today. And that'll be $400,000 to that business with no collateral. Are you kidding me? Again, they're doing good monthly sales. But in this case, that broker made $3,200. You, for introducing me, are going to make 10% of what I made, $320. And I just want you to know we're working on some things that might even go up. And if it's 50%, you make a lot more. So let's just say these are people you referred. And it's not all in your backyard. It's better if they are in your backyard. I'm telling you, if you can have a local business, if you have 5 or 6 brokers in your community, you can canvas intersection by intersection and make sure every business owner just get to know everybody, have some fun. Go to your Chamber of Commerce meetings. Make sure everyone in the community knows about you. Meet the bank managers. They love to have an answer for the people they have to say no to. But let's say you referred people all over the country, doesn't matter where they are, and let's say that's the income they made. That's what they earned. Well, you make a minimum of 10% of what they earned. Houston, you made zero because they didn't make any money. That person didn't do anything to earn, but all these other people did. And you're making 10% minimum, right? Look at that over there. Colorado, you made 14 grand just done with the Colorado. So now if you have agents who make zero, what do you make? Zero. If you don't get any clients, how much you make? Zero. Can you make zero in this business? Yes. Can you lose money? No, we don't charge you anything. We can lose money. We're at risk. We're at risk of about $80,000, $90,000 this month. If we don't do any fundings, we lose about 90 grand. You don't lose anything if you don't do any funding today, except your time, which we understand. We lose our time too. But what if you're at 50%? You'd make 5 times the numbers you see in blue there. And it can multiply from there. Why? Because your brokers have the same opportunity you do. Some of them will want to build their own broker team. We call that agency multiplication. And you can earn override earnings on their brokers as well. So your whole agency you can earn on. So as you're building a team and they're building a team, when any of them earn a check, you can earn an override check. Now you have to qualify for that by getting clients yourself. As long as you're getting clients yourself, you can qualify for this. So the money stacks up. Personal broker commissions, in personally enrolled brokers, any commissions they earn, you can get a 10% of what they make, and then your overrides on your whole agency. So your income grows through personal production, broker development, and ever expanding agency network. That's what you call a scalable impact. And not one dime flows unless a business owner is benefited. Isn't that cool? We also have trainings and extras, a tool and a system to increase your potential. We give you a step-by-step plan. We give you a back office that tracks all your deals and your team. We give you a cert and your team. You and your team can get certified, have to get certified actually. You have to become a certified broker with us. It takes you about 3 hours of education time. You can do it all at once or do it over a week, whatever you want. You got to get certified though, and so does your team. We're the only company in business funding that requires this. There's no license required at the state levels, at least not right now, but we've decided, hey, we're going to professionalize this. We want to have brokers, hundreds of brokers in every major city. That means we need certification. And if you don't think there's room, there's hundreds of real estate agents within 5 miles of you, right? So, and there's not that many homes being sold. There's millions of businesses who need capital. We give you all your tools, this funding platform. Other businesses would have to pay to be involved in it. It's complimentary to you. All of this is complimentary to you as brokers. We've got a great online support community, our Facebook group. We've got Inner Circle live calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday with our pros. They cost you nothing. We take live questions there all day. We got a real support department with real people who will answer real questions with a real heart. My mom is one of those people. My daughter is one of those people. We love helping you as brokers. We love helping business owners. This is a family passion, not nepotism, passion. You're never flying blind. You're never flying alone. And the key is this: we don't make a dime until you make a dollar. Why do I say that's important? Because you know how easy it would be for us to just charge all of our 6,000 brokers $20 a month? You know that? And we bring in $120,000 a month, or about $1.4 million a year in profit to this guy right here. We could do that, but 90% of our brokers would lose that $20 a month. I don't like saying 90% won't get a client. That's human nature. That's you're not going to be one of them though. You're going to be one of the 10%, right? We offer better way. We have no fees, no risk, no fine print, fast commissions, and you don't have a founder who's overhyping your income here, telling you you're going to go make millions. Although you can, odds are you won't. Odds are you won't in any company in the world. odds. But guess what? In every company, somebody does. In fact, in every company, many people do. How hungry are you? How much integrity do you have? How coachable are you? How active would you want to be in your community helping businesses? If you can bring a yes to all that, then you're going to make a lot of money. If you bring a no to all of those, you're not going to make any money. But the good news is you won't lose any money. So, a summary: 9 million businesses need you. You have a small business solution, a proven platform, and an expert support to take care of your clients. This is a real solution with a best offer guarantee. There's a real need, and you can make a real impact. You can not only make a difference, you can make a money machine for your family. You can get paid fast, get paid monthly, get paid on your teams, and you are never alone. Your leadership, who's here before you, earns only when you earn. So your team wants to help you, and we want to help you. So if you can follow a system, and you can talk to business owners, this works. So in summary, part-time, anytime, no license accepted, have to get that DAC certification, zero to launch, zero risk, work from anywhere. You can launch in, heck, 1 hour instead of 1 day. So this works. The only question is it for you, and are you ready to move? Where do you stand? Not for me, but I'll refer others. Tell me more. I'd like more details. Let's go. I'm ready to launch. Well, if you're a not for me, but I'll refer others, thank you. Someone referred you because they believed in you. We tell them invite people that they think have integrity and maybe would be able to make an impact in their community. So that's why you were invited. Tell me more. I understand. We'll tell you more in a second. And let's go. I'm with you. Let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 4 steps of getting started. It literally takes 120 seconds, 2 minutes, and you'll know exactly what to do from here. And then we'll take any questions you might have. All right, number 1, get started. It's 100% on us. The person who referred you will send you their invitation code. You need that. You can't join without one. It's best, they'll actually just send you a hot link with their code embedded in it. Number 2, get yourself certified. Watch for an invite. So after you join, you're going to get a welcome email. It's going to have some steps in it for you, but you're also going to get an email invite to your certification. Go through the certification and get certified. Step 3, get going. After you've gotten certified, start going. Share the platform. Share the funding. It's like once you know what Travelocity does, you can tell people about it. You don't have to be a travel pro. You just got to know what the system does. Once you understand our basics, our certification will teach you the basics of who qualifies, what's the pricing, when do you not qualify, what do they got to do when they fill out the form. You got it. Who should I talk to? Should I not talk to? It's really simple. Who do you share Travelocity with? People traveling, right? It's not hard. People who own a business is who you need to tell this about. Well, how do I know if they need money? You won't. All businesses will need it eventually. Just tell them all. You don't need to become a finance major. You don't have to understand how the lift of an airplane is and why a plane flies to represent Travelocity. You have to understand the financial clawback rates and win rates and exposure rates. All you got to do is, hey, you own a business? If you ever have an opportunity you want to pursue or you're ever in a tight pinch, I've got this funding platform. I'm now a certified funding broker. I come alongside and help where your bank can't. And if you ever need capital, I just want to give you my card. That's what we do. We guarantee we'll find you the best offer. Man, just imagine if we get you 50 grand, what could you do with it to grow your business? Start thinking about what you could do to grow your business because we can get you the money. So here's my card. If you have any questions, give me a call or you can go to check out my website and apply and see what you're eligible for. Okay. Now, if it were that easy, everyone would be a millionaire. But that's all you got to do. Not everyone says, okay. Some go, thanks. Others say thanks, and 6 months later apply. And then step 4 is get yourself positioned, help your first client. How do you help your first client? You tell a lot more than one. When they need funding, they'll get funding. You tell more than one. And then as I bring this to an end, choose your path to success. Do you want to be a solo broker? Earn from your own personal efforts? Great. We all are solo brokers, but you also want to be a broker enroller. and you can build a local cluster of brokers in your town, and you get out there and canvas intersection by intersection and make sure you get to know every business owner between you and your team. You want to know every business owner at that intersection, and then you and your team every business owner at the next intersection over, and you and your team the next intersection over. And before long, you've painted that town blue, and you've got every year. It's like a monopoly. You've monopolized your marketplace. There's no telemarketer who's going to win that business. They got a local funding broker in you. Are you a broker and roller? Do it. Or do you want to be an agency builder? Are you like, hey, come on now, there's businesses all over the country. You're telling me the banks in those cities can't get them funding, and there's no one else there except telemarketers from New York and Miami calling into them? Yep. And you're telling me your platform represents all the best providers and you can get the best funding offer guaranteed? Yep. And you're telling me that if I find motivated people who want to lead a city, they can literally own that marketplace through effort. There's no guarantee they're going to own it, but they can get there first and build relationships just like all the real estate people. Yeah. Why wouldn't I want to be an agency builder? Well, that's why we mentioned it. Some of you want that. We get it. Some want to be a solo broker. So just let the person know, whoever referred you, which path fits you best. I want to end by just saying, I thank you. I love this company. I love all the brokers who represent our company. I love our corporate support team, our Bank Breezy funding team, the team that talks and presents the offer to your clients. That $400,000 offer, that broker referred it, didn't have to present it. In fact, they're out of the way. They had the person apply and they've stayed out of the way. Our expert team's talking to them. Again, if you need 700 people to go on a cruise, you don't have to know a thing about it except how to get them to Travelocity.com and use your link and let the cruise line talk to them. Same thing with our funding. Don't overcomplicate this. Your job is to meet, greet, inform, and share and care. And if you can do that, you can succeed in our business if you have the ambition to talk to business owners. So with that, we're here live. Get with the person who referred you. They'll give you their hot code link to get started, or at least their agent ID. But my name is David Rutz. I thank you for coming. 5 years from today, hopefully we're at that 100,000 broker mark. Hopefully we're paying out that 210 million a year in commissions. And if we're not there in 5 years, we'll be there in 10. Come be there with us and have a lot of those people be in your agency. Impact the businesses in your town. What questions have you got for us today? Any brand new people who have questions or any comments from anybody who's out today? If you want to ask a question, I see a lot of chats in the chat. Awesome. If you want to ask a question, I see someone's got, Hairbee's got a hand up. Marty's got a hand up. Beautiful. You can, under the react button, if you're on a desktop, under the react heart, you'll see raise hand. That's the best way. If you don't know how to do that, you can type a question in the chat bar and a support or one of our co-hosts will read it out. But let's go to Hairbay first. Hairbay, if you want to unmute yourself.
Hey everybody, this is my first time being here.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. So I was just wondering, so this is mainly for business people, right? This is not so much of personal, is that right?
Yeah, we don't have any personal loans. We
Okay.
do have instant funding for sole proprietors like a DoorDash driver and an Uber
Yeah.
driver. So we do have those, but they have to be a business doing business revenue. They can be a sole proprietor though, but that's our instant funding. We don't focus on that, but we do have that.
Okay, got you. And for the bigger loans, they would need to be in business making capital, right?
They got to be in business at least 6 months. They got to be doing at least $15,000 per month. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And that's for the main loan, but the core, because we have the three, right?
Yeah, the core
Or
rate
two.
to get the core rate, it's the same product, it's just much lower pricing and it's
Oh,
much
okay,
better.
same
Same type
qualifications.
thing, but you do need 2 years in business for the core rate pricing.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. And when you get certified, you'll get all that. You'll be able
Okay,
you'll
yeah,
be able
I'm
to
gonna
answer
start
that
on
up
it
and
this
down.
weekend. Yeah, I just
Well,
made my account.
Well, glad to have you. Glad you're getting rolling with us. Glad you asked some questions, and we're looking forward to seeing your first client come through. We're looking forward to seeing you getting certified, posting on your
Yeah.
social page that you are now a certified funding broker with David Allen Capital. Let's rock and
Mm-hmm.
roll.
Yep, I'm getting ready to start like a funnel so I can kind of, start my ads and all of that. So,
Amen. When you
all
get
right.
certified, it'll tell you what you can do for ads, best
Okay.
practices, and stuff. So
Yeah.
you'll like that. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you,
Thank
Aaron.
you.
Thank you. Let's go to Marty. I can't see the full name. Maybe Masterson. Hi, Marty.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, awesome presentation, David. You always you guys do such a great job. And I
Oh,
just
thank
have
you.
one comment. I did complete my certification today, and I thought I knew a lot before I went through the certification. And boy, did I learn. I
Hmm.
learned so much more than I thought I knew. It was put together professionally. It's easy. It just takes the time to do it. So I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you so much, Marty. Appreciate it. And this weekend, we're going to be rolling out some additional curriculum, some sales training, and some other stuff that you guys will benefit from big time. But thank you, Marty, and congratulations on your certification.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mohammed Ijaz, am I seeing that right?
Yes, sir, you're saying right. Good evening.
Can you hear me okay,
Just
Mohammed?
want how doing good, thank you. How can we get certified?
Uh,
And
are
do we
you
have
already
any?
are you already a broker
uh,
with us, Mohammed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If you're already a broker, then you should have gotten an email invitation for certification. I would go search through your Google or your email under the subject line of LMS, LMS for Learning Management Software or System, and you got an email from DAC. You have to be an active broker with David Allen Capital, of course, to get that certification invite. So
I have
assuming
submitted a couple of loans, but none of those got approved.
Okay, well, you want to make sure you're active and certified. So check your email for that. Not every loan gets approved. 80% do, but not every loan is qualified, even though they say they are. If they match our qualifications, they're going to get approved, but not everyone does, of course.
Okay, good. Thank
But
you.
yeah, thank you. Get yourself certified. And if you don't have that email from LMS, you may not be an active broker. Maybe you didn't renew. I don't want to guess, but you should have that in your email from the last 48 hours
Okay.
under the LMS search. All right. Sean Davison, how you doing, Sean?
I'm good, David. How are you, sir?
Doing great, buddy.
Hey,
Help you.
I just wanted to bring or mention something you talked about having a benefit of being local and meeting your local businesses. You're absolutely right. I just stopped tonight at several businesses and introduced myself and gave them some information. And one of them said, we love to do business with local people, so we're definitely going to check out your information and we'll get back with you. So I haven't heard back from them yet tonight, but it was just a couple hours ago. But you're right. The local people love to do business with local people.
Well, tomorrow, I'm not going to be on the agent update tomorrow, the broker update. I'm unfortunately at a funeral, but I've got a training for Monday that we're doing called cluster canvassing. Look for that Monday, and you're going to see it's all about how to monopolize your local market. It's going to be spectacular.
Love
Uh,
it.
Thank you, though, Sean, and great work getting out there and talking to some local businesses. What you heard there, you're going to hear over and over and over again. Um, I was talking to one broker today, McGuire, his first 2 weeks with us, he got 3 clients. They were all local. As soon as he then started trying national, we had him testing different things. Okay, now try calling nationally. Try calling on businesses that aren't local, and it took him 6 weeks to get his next client, right? Or 8 weeks even, where you got 3 in the first couple weeks local. There's just no comparison. You stay local, they'd rather work local. And of course, they see you. You're not just a telemarketer, you're not just a text. There's nothing wrong with calling, there's nothing wrong with texting, there's nothing wrong with emailing. It's just not near as good as seeing them locally at the Chamber of Commerce meeting or walking in and saying, hey, I just want to introduce myself and giving them a card. I'm your local funding agent for David Allen Capital. And go meet the bank manager and tell the manager that you want to come alongside and help all the clients. And now you tell them, hey, yeah, I'm working with I'm working with Shelly down at Chase Bank. Yeah, Shelly knows about me, and any client they can't help, I ask them to refer them to me. And you know, if you need a bank funding, go see Shelly. But if you can't qualify for that, I got your back. So you meet with the manager. You just become a pro in your town. We teach you how to do that, and it works. No one else is doing it. We've got lenders who've offered to buy us because they said, what you have, no one else has. You have feet on the ground, boots on the ground in most cities, where everyone else has a telemarketing room in New York, or telemarketing room in Miami. You've got what no one else has. And guess what? It doesn't matter if we have it, if we don't use it. It doesn't matter if you are it, if you're not doing it, right? So it's common sense. Any other questions or comments from anyone in the chats, maybe? Or I don't see any other hands up.
We don't have any questions in the chat, just a lot of excitement about everything. So looking great there.
And that's McGuire right there, the gentleman I was talking about. Okay, I see. Thank you, McGuire, for that comment. Is it Paulita? I just see someone's hand just went up. Go ahead, Paulita. There you are.
Hi. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm new. I'm new to this. I say would be the field. I am a networker. Thank you for being a prayer answer to prayer and being a difference maker. I love people, so I do go out to my community because I also I'm a chaplain and I love to help my community that way. And I like to introduce. I found that sometimes introducing to the bankers, I don't know, sometimes they feel that I'm selling something. And so they immediately put up their walls and they're like, okay, we'll schedule an appointment. You'll see the key person. And then I immediately say, oh, no, I'm not here to sell anything. I'm actually here to be an answer to your prayer and to help our community. I'm right here. I stay. I tell them where I live. But I wanted to ask you, for a person that is new to the finance and world, and there's a lot. I like I say, I do have been in insurance and things like that, but never got a chance to be in security. What ways that I can learn more to be more, I don't know, kind of like if somebody asked me, or a family member was like, well, what does she know about financial? She's never had it. But I'm good. I'm so excited. I am getting certified with your DAC, and I can't wait. So I'm not going to go bragging or anything like that. I'm just going to tell them, hey, I know a little, but I do have passion for people. I do have passion to help people, and I love people, and I love God. And so it will be something. What do you have anything else that I can?
Absolutely. Let me give you a couple things right now. Obviously, this is endless, right? There's all kinds of both we can go through, but the certification is step one. And the reason for that is because, first of all, I love your heart, Paulita. Thank you for wanting to serve. We're going to mute just because we're getting some echo. I love your passion and wanting to serve your community and your God. So thanks for that. I would say once you get certified, a couple things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to understand the business climate for funding. You're going to see our industry. That's one of our modules is the industry and the need. And so immediately you'll be able to tell your warm market, your friends and family, that you're certified and you're educated on the market now. You know why 10% can get funded in businesses and that's it. Why 90% of the businesses that they shop at can't get business loans, and how you have a solution for them. And you're in the marketing realm for the company. You're not on the financial side. You're not in underwriting. You don't have to determine the risk assessment. You don't have to do any of that. Your only job is to promote a funding platform that's linked up with all the top lenders. Like they've heard of Rocket Mortgage. One of our There's this Rapid Finance, owned by Rocket Mortgage, publicly traded company. Another one's On Deck Lending, publicly traded billion-dollar company. So you are partnered with the top alternative capital provider companies in North America, just like Travelocity's partnered with Delta. They don't fly a plane, but they sell a lot of airline tickets. You don't have to understand underwriting. You don't have to understand that. But
Yes, baby.
let me just end this last thing. But what you do know is what all those other people don't know, which is there is a massive need and you've got the solution and you're just connecting them to the emergency department called Bank Breezy, right? You're getting them access to the funding. But you'll get other funding training too. But that's the basic. If you know that, you know what you need to know. Did you want to say something else, Paulita? I thought you said you wanted to say something else, but I see you're muted. Well, thank you for the heart. I love it. You'll get a lot more than that, obviously. That's just the basic from a big picture standpoint of keeping in mind that we just meet, greet, and inform. We're not doing the underwriting. We're not looking at bank statements. We're not determining interest rates. We're not doing compound and all that kind of stuff. We're just informing business owners of what we got. And over time, but as you know, Paulita, Jesus Christ was
Yes.
not welcome in his own hometown by his own family.
Yes.
They didn't believe he was the Son of God.
No.
Some people, Paulita, just aren't going to believe. What do you know about funding until you get a
Yes.
bunch of clients?
Yes.
Not everyone knew that. David, what do you know about funding? You're a juice beverage guy. What are you doing in business funding? Well, hundreds of millions of dollars later, now I'm a funding pro in their eyes, right? So give it time and, eventually they'll believe you. But until then, it's all right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from anybody? And Paulita, when you get certified, make sure you post it on your Facebook page, your certificate, and post it in our Facebook group. Just put a note that I got certified and we can all applaud you. Okay, I don't see any other questions or comments. So then I will just say this, this Tuesday and Thursday live meeting is coming to a close at the end of July. August, we're going to do it once a month only. But next Tuesday and Thursday, we're doing it again. And if you like the live format and you like the opportunity for people to be able to ask questions, then next Tuesday and Thursday, you want to take advantage of it because we're coming to an end. There's only a few more left in July. And then we're going to once a month only. So, of course, we've got the recorded version on your website. As you get certified, you'll know where all your tools are and stuff. But we encourage you to come out next Tuesday. And between now and then, tomorrow we got our broker update call. There's going to be some great information covered. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but I know McGuire is going to be covering some of that. I think some of the other support department will as well. And then Monday, we're doing our leadership at 11:30. In our leadership, we're going to be talking about how to lead the cluster canvas. It's a concept for how to own your local market. You and your team own your local market. So if you are one of the leaders or you're being a broker leader, you're building a broker agency, even if you're brand new, if you want to participate in that, come out at 11:30, get yourself certified, and then Monday come out at 11:30 Eastern time to DAC Zoom and learn the strategy for monopolizing your marketplace. All right. God bless you all. Have a great night. Thank you for being here and appreciate all the chats. A lot of great chats in there. A lot of great chats. If you're a 3, let's get rolling. Get your link and